So I just finished a course with a wonderful group of students, 6 students, and it was for intermediate level, even though a couple of the students were actually a little bit higher level. We worked together for 8 weeks, working on habits, improving your accent, reading, speaking, accent training, pronunciation, using AI tools, working on confidence, fluency, how to use AI tools for practicing English, and we did lots of speaking practice, etc., etc. So we worked on so many different areas, and the main goal of the class was to help these students to build better learning habits, build momentum, build habits into their daily lives for practicing English, because it seems that the major and the biggest problem with students is habits. I mean, I have trouble with habits, right? And there are things that I can't or I don't accomplish because I have poor habits, poor routines. But now you're probably thinking, hold up, teacher, hold up. You don't have good habits and you're telling us about habits? Of course, we all have weaknesses, we all have challenges. I have some good habits in some areas of my life, I have some poor habits that I'm working on, because we are always working to become better. We are work in progress. It really all comes down to this: your habits and your priorities. How much do you really care about improving your skills? If you have a list of priorities and you want to improve your English language, you want to master the English language. If you have a list of daily priorities, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, where is English? Is it in the bottom? Is it in the middle? Is it on top? That's it. That's what you need to look at. Because if it's in the bottom, that means you really don't think learning English is really important, or you don't want it. You don't have a burning desire to learn English. If it's in the middle, maybe you want to. But if it's on top and you really, really want to improve, you want to improve your English and reach fluency, then it really comes down to what? Planning and habits. Now you say, okay, really, I am serious. How can you get there? How can you achieve fluency? Because now English is your priority. And that's something I noticed in all of my students. Really, the problem is not, oh, I don't have the right material, or I don't have time. And my students, they're all like really busy and work. And it's really amazing that they took the time, 2 hours per class, 2 days a week. And my students are from like all over the world. One student from Indonesia, one from South Africa, one from Ireland. So like we have all these different time zones, but they all made the effort and dedicated this time to show up and take my class. But something that they told me and I noticed as well is really habits, poor habits. And they said, teacher, really, it's my habits, Even though you really want to improve your English, you don't have the desire, you don't have the motivation to practice every day. So the key is, or the secret is what? To sit down and make a plan. Sit down and make a plan. Time is more important than money. You can get more money, but you can't get more time. We all have 24 hours a day. So what you need to do is what? To sit down and make a list of the things that you need to do. For example, reading for 30 minutes, listening to a podcast, the English Zone podcast, for 20 minutes. You see, this makes a difference because now you have a list. You have a list of things to do. And listening to my lesson on my commute, on your way to work, whether you're taking the bus, you're driving, you're taking the train, you're walking, you're biking, whatever. Not when you're biking. That's not safe. Don't do that. You have your headphones on your commute, on your way to work, instead of listening to music, instead of listening to nothing, have your AirPods, have your headphones, and review your lesson. Listen to your podcast. It's all about changing your priorities and changing your routines. These little, these little changes will make all the difference. We were reading this book in class today, Eat That Frog. And there was one part that really, he said, success is predictable. Success is predictable. Because really, it's all about what? Consistency in what you do. Doing things that successful people do. What do successful people do? They have habits, and they have routines, and they have clear goals. And one other thing they have is what? Priorities. They don't procrastinate, and they have good time management. And the people around them also know that. So like, your family knows that at this time and period, in this period of the day, for 30 minutes, for an hour, this is your study time. This is your practice time. So they understand, and you communicate it with them. Your friends know that you are goal oriented. You want to achieve your goals. And so they start respecting that you just don't want to go and hang out, You start valuing your time more. And I promise you, if you do that, it can make all the difference. And this is something we talked about a lot in class. Building habits, setting goals, and trying to achieve them a little bit every day. So, but really, this is something I noticed, that it really all comes down to poor habits and poor time management. And you have to understand, and this is something else Brian Tracy talks about in his book, you will never have the time to do all the things you have to do. You have to be selective, and you have to choose what exactly deserves your time and your attention, and focus on that. And lastly, what you need to do is what? Deep focus. Deep focus. Just 30 minutes. 30 minutes of deep focus is better than 2 hours of distracted work. Like you're trying to study, but you keep getting notifications from your phone, and you keep getting messages. No, you put your phone on airplane mode, or you put it on do not disturb, and you actually focus. You actually focus on what you need to do. You let emotions aside. You feel good, you work. You feel bad, you work. Doesn't matter, right? You let your emotions aside. You have your eyes set on the prize, and you work on it every day. I promise you, if you do that, you will become unstoppable. You will become unrecognizable. That's all. If you like this video, let me know in the comments. It's simple, but it's not easy. But if you work hard, everything will become easy. Thanks for watching.